Hello everyone. So in this session, I'm going to discuss about the maximum and minimum value of a quadratic equation or a quadratic expression. Now, a quadratic expression can be written in this form: ax square plus bx plus c. And we know that we will get upward graph if your a is greater than 0, and you will get a downward graph if your a is less than 0. So a is the coefficient of x square. Now, what is the maximum value of any quadratic equation? If we say that x belongs to a real number, then if your graph is upward, then maximum value it is going on. So maximum value is always plus infinite. This is your max value. Okay, now you'll get the minimum value at the vertex, and that's you have to calculate. Okay, now if you look at the downward graph, your minimum value is already defined. So your minimum value here is minus infinity, and again here your vertex decide the maximum value. Now this vertex, you have to remember that it always occur at minus b upon 2a, at x is equal to minus b upon 2a, and we will do a lot of question based on that. So for the moment you can keep in the mind that at x is equal to minus b upon 2a, there is a vertex of a quadratic expression. Okay, now we are going to find the maximum and minimum value of a quadratic expression or equation using completing square method. Okay, we have done this method. So if you don't know the square methods, you can go to the playlist and you can watch the video which is on the completing the square method. Okay, so now I'm going to solve this using completing the square method. Okay, so I'm trying to make in a complete square. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I can write like this: x square minus 8x plus 10. It's the same thing. Okay, now what I will do, the coefficient is 1, so I will what I will do, I will divide and multiply it by 2. Okay, so multiply it by 2 and divide by 2, and then I will add the square of this. It is a 4, so I can write square of that is 4 square, which is 16, and I will also add minus 4 square. So actually you are adding 0, so it will not make any difference to the expression. Now you will see that this is a complete square. Okay, so it can be written as x minus 4 whole square. You can check it by multiplying x minus 4 2 times, then, and this will give you minus 16 plus 10 is your minus 6. Now why we are doing this one? Here you can see that a is all obviously greater than 0 because your a is 1, so your graph is upward, and for x belongs to a real number, the maximum value here is infinite. And what is the minimum value? The minimum value is this thing which is outside the square bracket, and that is minus 6. So using the complete square method, you can find the maximum or minimum value of any quadratic equation or expression. Now I'm going to take another question. Now in this question you have the coefficient of x square. Okay, so first what we will do, we will try to take common 4. So if you take common 4, you will get x square plus x, and you can write here just 2 over 4. And if you have any confusion, you can multiply it and you will get the same thing. Okay, so let's simplify a little bit more: x square plus x plus half. Okay, now inside the bracket I will try to make a complete square. So I will write 4 here. Okay, I will write x square plus x, and I will write plus half here. Okay, and we will apply the same method which we have done for the previous question, which was the question 1. So what you can do here, you can multiply it by 2, and let's assume it is 1, and divide by 2, and this number is a half, so add the square of it. If you add the square of it, you will get 1 over 4 minus 1 over 4. And here is the magic. You will see that this is a complete square. So you can write 4x plus 1 over 2 square. You can ask me why we are writing plus, because it is here, it is plus. Okay, and your a is x and b is your half, that's why it is a plus b whole square. Okay, now we'll try to add these things. Minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 2, which will give you minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 2. So you can write divided by 2, you'll get minus 1, and this will give you plus 2, which is plus 1 over 4. So here is plus 1 4. Okay, so hope you understand how to write them, complete the square method. But you are not done. So what you have to do, you have to multiply everything by 4. You will get 4x plus half whole square, and this will become 1. Now you can say that your maximum or minimum value, what is that? The a is positive number, so your max value will be always infinite. Okay, now your minimum value is 1, because your maximum value is already defined. So minimum value is 1. Okay, so hope you understand the completing square method, and this is very important concept in the quadratic equation, and you can also use this method to find the maximum or minimum value of any quadratic equation. Okay, but we will also try a shortcut method. Okay, and you can find your answer in like not more than 1 minute. Okay, or 50 seconds. So let's try that. Okay, so suppose this is a quadratic equation. Okay, now I know that a is greater than 0, so maximum value is infinite. I can write maximum value is infinite. Now only thing is minimum value. So I know my graph will look like this, and I know that at x is equal to minus b upon 2a, you are getting minimum value in this case. In some case you will get maximum value. We will discuss that later. Okay, so at x is equal to minus b upon 2a, you are getting the minimum value. So first I will try to find what is my x. So that is minus 8 over 2 times 5, and if you solve this, you will get 8 over 10, which is x is equal to 4 over 5. So at this point your minimum value is occurring, your vertex is occurring. Okay, so you can put into this equation, and if you put in this equation 4 over 5 whole square minus 8 4 over 5 plus 14, you are going to get the answer as 54 over 5. So this is your minimum value. So this coordinate is 4 over 5 comma 54 over 4, 54 over 5. So we know that this is going to infinity, that's why our maximum value is infinite, and this is your minimum value. So y equal to 54 over 5 is the minimum value. So this is the quickest method you can solve any quadratic equation for maximum or minimum value. Now let's try with another question. So in this question you can see that your a is negative. So first of all, if your a is negative, which means your graph is somehow like this. Okay, and here if x belongs to R, your minimum value is already defined, that is minus infinity. You don't have to calculate it, it has to be minus infinite. Okay, now only the problem is I have to find the maximum value, and that we know that this is the vertex is the maximum value, and this is occurring at x equal to minus b upon 2a. So let's calculate x is equal to minus b upon 2a for this question. If we'll put that x is equal to, sorry, this question here it was 5. Okay, now so the x is equal to minus 5 upon 2 times minus 3. So if you put that, you will get x is equal to 5 over 6. Okay, Now you have to put that into your this equation and you will get the answer. If you put that minus 3 5 over 6 whole square plus 5 5 over 6 plus 20, and let's calculate this one using the calculator. So minus 3 5 over 6 whole square plus 5 5 over 6 plus 20, you are going to get 277 over 12. So this is maximum value because the vertex is maximum value, because this is the curve is downward. So to solve any question using this sort trick, what you have to remember that whether you have to look at if a is greater than 0 or not. If it is greater than 0, the curve is upward and your maximum value is infinite, and then just you have to calculate the minimum value which will occur at the vertex at x is equal to minus b upon 2a, and that is, and the same process you have to apply here. Here you have your minimum value is already defined, that is minus infinity. Only you have to take care of the vertex. Okay, so hope this method was useful to you, and you can ask me how you are getting x is equal to minus b upon 2a, and that you will learn in a chapter called differentiation. The maximum or minimum of any function occur at first differentiation equal to 0. You will learn it, don't worry about this. So just remember that the x is equal to minus b upon 2a, the maximum or minimum value of the quadratic equation will occur. Okay, if it is the upward, then minimum is at this point. If it is downward, the maximum is at this point. Okay, now this is valid, the whole concept is valid only when x belongs to real number. Okay, what will happen if x is restricted, like something like this, in between 5 to 0? Then you can't directly say your maximum is infinity, okay, or minimum is infinity. So now we are going to talk about that concept. Okay, so suppose if I say that this is your x2 x1 and this is your x2, and now I say that find the maximum or minimum value of this graph in the range of x in between x2 and x1. You can see that at this point we are interested in this value. Okay, so here the maximum is not infinite and even the minimum is not the vertex. So what you have to do, just take this value and put into the equation, you will get the maximum. Just take this value and put in the equation. Okay, another concept is, if your one of the point is here and another point is here, in that case your maximum will occur at this, okay, but the minimum is occurring at the vertex. So what we conclude from here, if the vertex x is equal to minus b upon 2a is in between this range, in this domain, then you have to just one maximum or minimum will occur at minima, and you have to find which one is giving you the maximum or minimum. Same here, this is your x2, this is your x1, so it is not, vertex is not giving you anything. So your maximum value is this and your minimum value is this one. So let's take one question based on that and we'll finish this session. So let's say y is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. Okay, now I say that find the maximum minimum in the domain 3 and 0. Okay, now first we will see that the curve is upward because a is greater than 0. Okay, now first I will try to find what is minus b upon 2a is. So x is equal to minus b upon 2a is 1, and 1 is inside this one. Okay, so what I will do, I will find the values of y at all this point, and whichever is giving me minimum, I will say that is the minimum, and whichever is giving the maximum is the maximum, because this is inside, the minus b upon 2a is inside. So let's put y of 0 first. If you put 0 in this equation, you will get minus 3. If you put 1 in this equation, you will get 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, sorry, 1 minus 2 minus 3. It will give you minus 4. And just also put x equal to 3. So you will get 9 minus 6 minus 3, that is 0. So you can see that your minima is minus 4 and your maximum is 0. Okay, so if minus b upon 2a is inside this, you have to find at all these 3 points. Let's take another range, another domain. If your x, what you will do if your x is in between minus 2 and 0. So first try to find minus b upon 2a, and we have already found that is 1, which is not inside this. So this might be a case like here you have, sorry, this might be like this. Here you have 0, sorry, here you have 0, and here you have minus 2. Just for example, this graph is not accurate, and this is your vertex. So just you have to find at what is the value of y at x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 0, and then you will get the maximum or minimum. And we have already found x is equal to 0 is, you are getting how much? Minus 3. And let's try to find x is equal to minus 2, what you will get. So minus 2 square is minus 2 square minus 2 minus 2 minus 3. This will give you 4 plus 4 minus 3, that is equal to x is equal to 5. So we know that y equal to 5. So this is your maximum value and this is your minimum value. And here we have rejected minus b upon 2a because this was the case. The vertex was outside the domain. So in these two methods, we can solve maximum and minimum value of any quadratic equation. And one of the method was the completing the square method, and another was a shortcut, which was you have to see the graph and you have to take x is equal to minus b upon 2a, and if x belongs to R, then question becomes easier. And if they have restricted the domain, then you have to think little bit and you can solve the problem. Okay, so hope you like this video, and if you like this video, you can subscribe my channel and hit the like button. Okay, so see you in next session. Then bye.